two-time Big Ten Coach of the Year. 51 degrees and getting warmer as we go along this afternoon in New Haven. Machado Rodriguez and Colby Baldwin on the face-off to start this matchup. Rodriguez picks it up, and Yale has the opening possession of the game. So a good start to get Yale the ball in front of a great crowd.
Conrad moving.
7th goal of the season for the sophomore out of Ambler, Pennsylvania, who was a top 10 recruit in the class of 2023. Rodriguez got shoved down there by Baldwin. So it'll be Yale ball, and Rodriguez a little slow to get up, but he seems fine. That's a difference maker that Yale is hoping comes into play today. Rodriguez was literally #1 in the country in faceoff percentage for a large portion of last season before he was playing with injury at the end of. So a 2-0 start here for Penn State as Lehman and Peden had the goals. Rodriguez wins this one clean, so he's 3 for 3 on these face-offs, but he's getting harassed by a bunch of blue jerseys. Fortunately for Yale, the ground ball's picked up by Luke Mahalik.
And TJ Malone, two guys that honestly, when they played against each other, it was always great to watch those matchups of guys that really just stepped up in big games. And we see third win in a row for Machado Rodriguez, 4th in a row for Machado Rodriguez.
Had 11 last year, and it's 3-1. And now we go back to the face-offs where Mac Rodriguez has had his way so far. He's 4 for 4. This time, though, a violation on Yale, so Penn State will have the ball.
Shot.
Change here on the face-off for Yale. This is Nick Wehmeyer, the first year out of Sellersville, Pennsylvania, who's taken 15 of these this year. He's won 7. And the hold is called on Penn State. No, on Yale, so it's Penn State ball.
Ref a little confused there. First he was.
And Yale was the defending national champion. One of 2 Final Fours that Penn State has gotten to in program history. They also got there in 2023. Rodriguez back at the face-off X, but he loses this one to Baldwin. And Penn State, that has scored on all but one of its possessions, is.
You have to think about making that change.
How about the first quarter for Hunter Aquino, the star freshman for Penn State, who has a goal and 3 assists. Big ground ball here off the face-off, and Penn State has it again. John King picked that up, and the Nittany Lions, up 5 goals, have the ball once again. He had scored at least 1 point in all 33 games in a Yale uniform, and he's got one today. And now Rodriguez, a clean win on the face-off, and Chris Lyons now has it for Yale, sitting on 99 career goals. One of those guys that missed all of last year with injury. But Johnson was 2nd in the country in goals per game as a sophomore.
Brandon Leary with a great little defensive play.
With 41.4 seconds to go in the first quarter. Clean face-off win for Baldwin. He's on the run, gives it up, and Penn State gets that goal right back. A hat trick already for Kyle Lehman.
Great shot from Lehman, but you see that defense really has to worry about sliding to Baldwin because they know he's the threat to score. Tremendous athlete, able to find just a great lacrosse player. We're able to find that and move that ball right in.
There was also a cross check against Yale there that looks like it will be enforced on Patrick Pisano. So Penn State's a man up and back up 4. And just when it felt like Yale had momentum, Penn State scores 7 seconds after the Cool goal. And if they can win this face-off, they'll have a man up for the rest of the first quarter. If they don't score, it'll carry over into the second.
And this is where you get the real tension of those face-off. And a Baldwin going to the net.
Here's Baldwin, had it knocked away. Jack Stuzen just knocked that stick right out of his hands at Reese Stadium. Pat, one of the big reasons Penn State's gotten off to this great start is a 15% improvement in face-off wins this year.
Yeah, tremendous two-sport athlete, that Colby Baldwin, and he's just done so much with being able to win those ground balls and being able to adapt. He's got great, not just great moves, but he's got beautifully clean exits.
Well, the good news for Penn State came into the day with 11 in his first 4 career games, and now Lehman and Amon have hat tricks already. Baldwin and Rodriguez on this face-off, a race to the ground ball, and 2 Yale guys kind of ran into each other. And that allows John King to go get the ground ball.
And this Penn State team playing without Ethan Long, one of their starting midfielders, possibly the best midfielder that they have. And so you see that depth. You see the other that Yale looking to replace with Thomas Bragg, who is that tremendous outside shooter, and Sharp looking to fill in on that role.
Another clean win on the face-off for Baldwin. Gives it up quickly, and Lehman will pull it out. So after it was all Rod, 5 points against Princeton, and he's already surpassed that today. A Penn State legacy. He is the 9th member of his family to go to college in Happy Valley. And you're going to get another flag coming here against Yale. Penn State with the ball, delayed call coming. And this is one that Yale just needs Machado Rodriguez to win.
And the tough thing with the face-off position is so much of it is mental and being ready for that. And so he's got a lot more tension right now.
This one will come over the restraining line, got knocked back forward, and Penn State has it. Luca DiBartolomeo, one of 3 brothers that are all had 6 coming in, 14 last year. And it's 12-4.
And Baldwin with the clean clamp.
Baldwin takes it all the way and scores!
We said before, he's a threat to go, and he's showing you he's a threat to go. Beautiful exit out. Stuzen getting a couple of checks on him. But you see 3 Yale defensemen right there, and Baldwin able to stay on his feet and get that shot off.
That's his 2nd career goal, both of them this year. Baldwin also scored against Villanova, and it's 13-4. Wehmeyer in for this face-off. And Yale's got it. Picked up by Tristan Gauche.
Tristan Gauche has been doing a really great job today, clearing you want to go to when you've been struggling.
So Yale scored the last goal in the extra man. The penalty obviously not releasable. So there's still a man up. Rodriguez wins the face-off. That's big. And the Bulldogs will look to maybe string a couple together here. One thing we know about this sport, 13-6. Sheehan, the junior out of Oakville in Ontario. Baldwin kicks this one ahead. Behind the back pass, that would have been on SportsCenter if that whole thing worked for Penn State, but instead
Jeff Tambroni leaving Cornell and going to a relatively unknown Penn State at the time.
Yeah, it's a really good point as we start the 4th quarter here with Penn State up 7, because, you know, in recent history, Penn State's been a really good program, but before Jeff Tambroni got there wasn't a here.
I think that injury to Christian Johnson really kind of focused this team, and you're seeing a bunch of guys who care about their teammate and care about the guy next to him, and so you're going to see them play even harder now.
Huge face-off out of the timeout, and Penn State wins it. Baldwin comes up with a big moment there and an assist already, and the lead is back to 6. 15-9 advantage on the face-offs for Penn State today. And they've got another.
Rodriguez trying, he seems like he's really just going for counters at this point. Baldwin is really kind of extending his looks from attack. He's just such a dynamic dodger.
Wehmeyer on this face-off for Yale. And it makes no difference in the eyes of Penn State. They move quickly here, looking to add one more. And Ryan Duraco with an exclamation point.
Colby Baldwin, unbelievable. Just tremendous face-off, and you get that team, you get that defense rotating, and those slides are just not able to get there quick enough.
You think about the profile of the guy that Colby Baldwin has beaten out this year. Chase Mullins was the #1 face-off